All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to today's room. You are on FX Street and we're about to start a new session, Monday session of this week's set of shows. Welcome. Welcome, I can see JM, FX Street Admin, and Adinda. So we'll wait a couple of minutes here as more people join. Thanks for joining in. It's going to be very intimate. Okay. So as we wait, let me introduce the FX Street Tokyo Open Line Room. This is a daily show where we feature analysis and real trading. In fact, we often end up giving and identifying levels before they participate on the daily, as well as lower weekly, as well as lower time frames. This is a show at the very heart of the Asian session with myself, FibStalker. This is a daily show from 7 p.m. to 7:45. It's recorded daily, and you can actually watch. Watch it. Watch the recording as well. Welcome, JM, FX Ambassador. I see that FX Ambassador is ready to for $1 and the pound there. So we're going to review those and we're going to review the news as well. Tomorrow is going to be pretty heavy, well, Wednesday particularly. Before we get there, let's talk a little bit about risk. Trading is risky, and if you manage risk, you're halfway there, and there's no trading and no business without risk management. Trading Forex and its derivatives, futures, options, and CFDs, and other instruments for retail of exchange transactions involve substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you. You may lose all or more of your initial investment. Leverage can work for you as well as against you. It magnifies gains as well as losses. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please also review the FX Street risk disclosure on the website. The information, including commentary and trade ideas provided in this webinar, should not be relied upon as a substitute for extensive independent research. I want to highlight extensive because in my trading room as well, we do a lot of analysis. We spend probably 80% time preparing and 20% time trading. And the extensive independent research which should be performed before making your investment decision. All the material that I provide is for your general information as well as educational purposes. I, Giuseppe Basile, FibStalker Consulting Incorporated and FX Street, will not be responsible for any losses incurred on investment made by attendees as a result of any information in this webinar. All right, so before we continue, let me just remind you my contacts here: FibStalkerTrading.com, email FibStalker@gmail.com, and there is also a free newsletter there. Of course, you find myself on Twitter as well. All right, so let's see who's in here. Thanks for joining in today. And before we dive into the charts, let me say hello. We have Adinda, JM, FX Ambassador, Daisy, and we will start here. And let's begin. I just want to dig out here. I'll dig out the news here. I just want to review the news very quickly. Let me see. Let me share my Excel here. And today's was quite busy, but basically, you know, the market just continued. The markets just continued in the direction they had. Tomorrow, let me share this before I continue. Let's see. So I want to share. I don't know if you were able to see me or see the slides, but anyway, I'm going to share my Excel with the news here. I mainly prepare and trade around the open, 2:30 a.m., 8:30 a.m. EST, and 8:30 EST. Of course, when there are opportunities, like very often it happens during this time as well. It's important to trade during the Tokyo session as well. There are very good opportunity today. It was quite busy. We're going to have actually the cash rate 11:30 p.m. here, and so this is going to affect our trading at 8:30 of Australian dollar US dollar, New Zealand dollar US dollar, and the other pairs with the Australian dollar there, Japanese yen, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, and pound versus Australian dollar. Okay, so that's for FX Ambassador, to be careful there. Yeah, that's that's good. The point is that that's a very good point there. FX Ambassador say I like to review majors. I had major news. PS I had the major news for key levels. The point is, it's not given, it's not guaranteed that in the news the key level will hold. But as I mentioned, and I believe the proof was last week with US dollar Japanese yen. Only when algos are already somehow involved in the market, and we're going to review that. Roland, welcome. Good morning to you and everyone. Thanks for joining in. So we have Carrie as well. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. And we're reviewing the news here. Just want to mention then Australian dollar cash rate RBA restatement. It's going to be 11:30 a.m. Sorry, it was 11:30 a.m. And this evening we're going to have New Zealand dollar 7 p.m. Which actually has already played here. So we're going to review. We're going to review what is going to happen here. So that's sorry, that's 7 p.m. That's going to be tomorrow. So there's no movements at the moment. Okay. So hi Kay. So all right. So let's share the charts here and let's dive into the charts. Let's review what's going on. Sorry, I just wanted to cover. So cover tomorrow news here. Tomorrow is going to be morning, basically pound versus US dollar. So around the open, should be careful here with all the pairs with the pound. The Canadian dollar, there is Powell speaking at 11:30, so that's not going to affect the American session if there is an opportunity there. And the US dollar Canadian dollar is approaching the second target that we're going to review in a moment. And then in the evening, there will be the New Zealand dollar tower open. We'll see at the open of the show as well. At 7 p.m., you're going to see what happens there. Okay, so thanks for joining. Hello, thanks a lot. And we are going to continue here and dive into the charts. Thanks for joining today. So I think Ambassador has asked for a couple of pairs there, the Australian dollar and the pound versus US dollar. Let's start for the pound versus dollar because I have it on my chart. This market has been moving beautifully in a sequence of measure move. We can see this on the large weekly here. There was participation on the weekly, was an extension, was not a full range there, and we had from highs to lows. There was participation, and then within that there was another measure move that reached target, as we can see here, and now this market is actually moving into the next 50% level. Hi Todd, welcome. So we have Kerry, Todd, slowly everybody's coming in here, JM, Roland, Todd, FX Ambassador, welcome in. So this market is moving into 148.87. Now, one of the scenario I was looking for was a retrace that never came into 142.51. So for now, this market keeps pushing higher, and any divergences are not working on it. So I have really very little to do with this market at the moment. It'd be nice to trade a continuation higher, but this market is not responding to anything. I believe this market is going to continue higher here. Now there is on the 4-hour time frame, we identified an area of participation there, and let me remove this. This was a level that traded this 45.73. It's very, very close to target, but has not reached targets as well. So, I believe this market has the potential to correct a little bit, in which case it could continue higher after testing the next measure move that has not been tested yet, 146.35. It's an area where this market could actually find a new participation from algos on the 4 hours for a continuation into 48.87. So hi Todd. How does the outlook on new euro dollar looking? Took a small long position this morning, maybe a little bit late for long positions, but we're going to review it. But I think we need to, most importantly, review the dollar index, because something significant is happening in the dollar index, which actually can make our hair straight, and it's very scary. We're going to review that in a moment. So here for you, FX Ambassador, there is a 146.35 potential support for a continuation higher. Okay. The other market was the Australian dollar, US dollar. All these markets now, they're moving on some strength due to the situation, the dire situation of the dollar index. Now, the Australian dollar, US dollar is traded an extension short. If found participation here, was looking for deeper retrace, which never took place actually here. This market is very strong, and if the dollar index keeps sliding, there is a possibility for this market to continue lower. Now, interestingly enough, there was a sequence that is still on, and it's nice how algorithms pick up these levels like like nothing, like it was the most normal thing. Particularly, we saw the 74.90 level, which traded, and we knew this level before the fact. Why? Because we applied the rules, so we knew that algorithms were using this level here, and they just kept using it. And as market printed higher highs, eventually that market came to trade that level. We knew that level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance before it traded, and then eventually went right into that first target. If this is not the magic of algos, I don't know what it is. And the beauty, and that's and the magic does not end there, because after that first target has been hit, imagine where participation in this market came from. Right, you are perfectly right. It's exactly there. It's exactly in this area. So this market keeps pushing higher, although the weekly didn't agree here with further longs, but this market keeps trading in their face higher. Okay, so this market is moving higher. It's a high move higher on the daily. On the weekly, the move higher has not been confirmed yet, and so what are we looking for in this market? Now, there'll be another group of participants that will be trying to stop that rally around 67.91. So we don't know whether they're going to succeed or not. Okay, and the price will tell us, and if they're going to succeed, we're going to know it, and possibly we're going to participate in advance around that level that I mentioned. That's the 076.90. Okay, the 076.90 here. We will see whether the market is capable of pushing above that level. Okay, so far this market, has been moving nicely here, hitting first target, and it's not ordered, but it's not totally clean, but they keep pushing this price higher. So the shorts will have two shots here. One is going to be on the daily at 76.91. If that contains price, this market is going to reverse, and at that point we are going to see a full retrace of all this move. Okay, so there are two scenarios here. Below 76.91, if that holds, we go down, we retest this 75.44, and probably we break it. Of course, everything that is probable, it's not sure. So I really don't know what's going to happen. In fact, I actually test each and every of these levels, as you well know. Okay, so it's interesting that there are different scenarios that we can keep into account, because when we discipline ourselves in considering these different scenarios, basically we are telling ourselves that we understand that the market can do anything, and I think that's overall it's the most important realization we can do about the market actually. Knowing and understanding that the market can do anything, it's the most important conquer we can know when it comes to trading and understanding the markets. All right. So the other scenario is a move continuing higher above 77.24. At that point, on the other hand, would be the shorts, the weekly shorts, that would be in trouble here, because now we have a market that respects dailies and it's pushing again into weeklies level, and maybe those levels will fail. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. We can only infer what is going to happen, but the reality is that we don't know. And what we know though is that when we get to the dollar index, something bad has happened in this market. And can anyone tell me what happened in this market? Anyone? Todd, Kerry, FX ambassador? Do you have any ideas? What do you believe? Is there anything in this market that you believe has changed the picture here? Let you write down. Any ideas there? No ideas. Okay, it's that 92.64 level that we that we mentioned in the past. That might be a very random level, but in reality it's a very important level, because now this is showing us that weeklies are not willing to support the dollar index any longer, and this market can move very quickly on the downside. Now, before that happened, this market could actually go for a last bounce before that happened, and we don't know whether that is going to happen now or later on in the process. But at this moment, a test of the 50%, which is not that distant. It's around 89, 90 seems in the card. So it's just a matter of how we get there. Whether just an extension like this market continues move lower, or we're going to get an opportunity to trade, which in reality wouldn't be an opportunity to trade this market short, but would rather be an opportunity to trade the euro dollar long. And Todd is saying, I feel it's turning bear market, moving into 85, I believe. Now, qualitatively, when we look at this price, I mean, clearly there is something, this price is telling something here, right? It's moving laterally for basically 1 year, but the levels are much more important, because the levels, the violation of those levels actually has profound implications, because that indicates that basically the bulls are not willing to actually move the price higher any longer. And okay, so there is, to me, there's nobody who's gonna save this market now, and this market has very little very little resistance here, and could go, Todd is suggesting 85. I believe it could go even lower than that. Okay, it could challenge lows here. So first is 81, 80, 70, and then again 78. So it's a dark picture. If you look at how this market has moved, every time it's found tops, whoosh down, whoosh down. It might be another whoosh down here. We don't know. Okay, but that says also something about the prospect for the euro dollar. The euro dollar has continued higher here. If the dollar index just continues higher, I mean, trading breakouts here is not, I mean, can be a strategy only if there are no retraces in the dollar index. So only if the dollar index keeps moving in one of the scenarios that we just suggested into 89, that would be the first level that could temporarily stop this market. However, sometimes, we can get a rally right away into 96.64. And that would mean, and I'm not necessarily saying that this is going to happen, but if it happens, that would be there would be a retrace in this market. Ambassador, I think Australian dollar and pound will go down. If the US dollar index goes down, Australian dollar might go down, but we might still go up due to weakness in the dollar. So we don't know really. I respect these two levels here, 76.91 and 75.44. Based on that, price will tell. I'm not going to make a call here what the market is going to do, because in reality we don't know. Hi Pankai, welcome. And Todd saying, I think payrolls are going to miss this week, and they're going slower quickly. I think that has been, if it's true, has been already anticipated, because when there is no one who's willing to pick this price higher, it means that that has been already factored into price. Whether it's going to be payrolls or something else, this market has no hope until at least when it gets into 89. But this is a very scary scenario, because this market can actually keep moving lower and pushing the euro dollar higher. Okay, so quite interesting scenario there. Let's look at silver. I've been following silver, and silver has actually traded It's not traded into the first target, but there was a little correction here today, and we modeled it. We modeled last week. We modeled this price with. Sorry, we used. Of course, we used the extension here, and we saw price getting into that first target there when we don't consider the week here, but this is a special case. So maybe this market is trying to test, 90% retrace here into 1711 before a continuation high. So this move lower, I believe, does not end here for this market. And gold has been slightly more bullish here and kept actually the price around that first target. That first target was now hit. This market can continue higher. We will see whether on dollar index weakness other than other considerations. Other people do considerations on a lot of people do considerations on volume or supply. There is plenty of supply in gold and silver because these these commodities have been accumulated in the last 5 years. In the last few years here. So I don't think that the point of supply and demand it's relevant. The dollar index might be an element or one of the elements, not only because the dollar is might depreciate, but also because the gold and silver are priced in dollar as well. I see Dale there. Welcome, Dale. Thanks for joining in. Hope things are good. If it's you, I'm very happy you're here. So we then reviewed silver, euro dollar, dollar index. We reviewed the Australian dollar and pound. I had an interesting, two interesting observations in one trade today on the euro Australian dollar that has traded the 50-60 area of previous resistance here, and it has started moving lower from that area, and we offered a risk-free trade here. If this market continues lower, we need to remember that this market has traded weekly longs back in mid of 2015, actually September 2015 here. So this pressure from the weekly long has always been there, and I'm looking for this 41.89 to trade, and eventually for this market to test the 50% into 40.73. This is going to happen this week. I don't know. What is important is to have a risk-free trade, and that's my first and most important objective. Because once you get a trade and you are in a trade and it's risk-free, you can let the market move. Hello, Dale. You're very nice. How are you? Thanks for coming today. Is there any specific you want me to review for you, Dale? I'd be very happy to do that. I just want to mention that there was a violation of a level that I value a lot in the dollar index, and if you were not in when I was talking about it, that's very important. It's very scary for me as well, because this break here might mean that the dollar index is going to continue lower, and this is a very scary development here. So that's probably the most notable and important an important aspect that we are commenting here today. So very happy to have you here, Dale. And the other market that I've been watching as well, together with the students in I can play, but I'll let Dale sing. Todd is asking, do you think Jim needs a guitar? Dale, everybody misses you. I read comments everywhere all the time, so you have to come back. So continuing here on the pound versus Australian dollar, this market has has bounced on top of a very important long, and as soon as that weekly long has traded, as soon as that price reacted to the footprint, as Dale would say, we have seen this market bouncing higher and stopped at a weekly short here that we knew in advance, and after pushing a little bit into that area, we saw that level now fully playing here. Weekly longs are in control here, so any retrace in this market should be short-lived. And in fact, I've mentioned here already a level, the 188.63 is an extension long, and if we find participation around this area, that's a level to certainly to watch. All right, so let's do a quick time check here. Fortunately, Dale is not. Hope he's not. I hope Dale, you're coming back, and we are also interested in your views and the unique way you are capable of leading the LAR and an exciting group of people. So and an exciting show actually. So we really hope that you will be back. All right, so thanks for joining anyway, Dale. I mean, I'm going to do a quick time check here. We have time for another market, and I will elaborate a little bit here on the Japanese yen. Dale is adding, thank you. The 122.33 euro call looking good. Yeah, I mean, if the dollar index continue lower, and that's where the euro dollar is going to move. So it is breaking out from this year-long lateral move here, which was just a preparation to get into that level. And once there, we will see what happens. Maybe when if the market gets to the dollar index gets to 90, the euro dollar will get into this level. But this strength, as Dale know better than me, it's dollar weakness. Unfortunately, it's not euro strength. Okay, Dale, thanks a lot for coming. It was nice, and we hope to see you soon, and we'll be in touch. Okay. All right. Have a great one. Okay, so what I will do then, I would start the summary here right now. So we started reviewing some of the pairs were requested by FX Ambassador. And the first one was the pound versus US dollar. This market is correcting on the upside into the next short, which is 148.87. And this market has been moving, has actually hit the first target here, and it's now continuing higher. We mentioned at 146.35 could be the next hour long, and that's 146.35 for a continuation into that weekly level. The other market we reviewed was the Australian dollar, US dollar. There are news tomorrow, so good hunting to you, Dale. Thanks a lot. And that's really what we do. I mean, we spend a lot of time analyzing the market to get prepared to trade later on or in the further sessions. The Australian dollar, US dollar, when we look at the weekly, this market has reacted to a weekly short here, 77.50, which initially pushed price higher. However, we noticed on the daily time frame that there is a sequence that keeps pushing this price higher. So really here now the battle is between 75.44 and 76.91. If that level trades and reverses, the weekly shorts would have won here, and you might have an opportunity to capture this this short at 76.91. Okay. However, above 77.24 are the weekly shorts that are in jeopardy here, and they might lose against a very determined group of daily longs, extension longs here. So let's see what happens there. So there are two clear levels there that we have to keep in mind, and there is also an opportunity. It's an opportunity there. Then we commented on the dollar index, and we mentioned the most important development of this week of actually today. There was the break of the 92.81. It's a very important, very important level there. And unfortunately, this has a strong it's a strong meaning here, because now the dollar index could just continue lower. That would actually push the US dollar higher into that 122.30 level that we mentioned now since almost 1 year, and so this market could continue higher. The way the dollar index is going to move, it's not clear yet. What I mean is, there are two possibilities. One is that the market just moves lower after breaking that level, and it's going to be a whoosh like it has been in previous instances when this market has found tops. Remember 2009 here, 2010 as well. So, and unfortunately, the long term of this market, it's very well represented by this chart here, which keeps pushing this price lower. So we will see what happens here. Nothing to be happy about, I believe. And we will see. We will see what happens in the coming days. Silver had a correction here, but didn't find that first target on the daily time frame. The sequence on the 4-hour time frame has found a first target. It's now correcting, potentially deep correction into 17.11 that before a continuation higher. Then I mentioned a couple of markets we've been looking at in the trading room with my students, and I mentioned that we could see a move higher, retest of the Euro Australian dollar as well as the Euro Canadian dollar. They both retested their area of resistance there, and the Euro Australian dollar particularly offered a very good opportunity for an entry with a risk-free trade. Same pound versus Australian dollar in an area of resistance that is played very well here. So we'll see if this trade will continue in the direction of the larger time frame. And finally, we were commenting on US dollar Japanese yen. This market is trading in extension. There's no hope for this market. In fact, this market is going to continue lower here into the first target 105.65, and then the second target 102.45, and eventually to meet 270, which is a level that we mentioned since we got the weekly failing at the daily failing, sorry, at 116, and then the weekly failing after that. Okay, once the weekly have failed, there was a confirmation that 170 was in the cards. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope this was interesting and useful. I now will switch to my FibStalker trading room, and we'll keep analyzing this market and identifying the opportunity for the European and the US Open. And also want to remind that these are the last few days to take advantage of the FibStalker coaching program here. I'm starting a new session this Friday, actually the introductory session here. And if you're interested, you can go to Dale, and Dale will offer you a way to get into the program in a very, very convenient way. So write to Dale Pinkert or contact Dale Pinkert on FS Street, and he'll be happy to to actually he has a special invitation, and will actually help you to get into this program, which is 12 months program, where I disclose all the methodologies that I use. All right, so yeah, I mean, Todd is saying, thanks, G-Lob, the USD will see 100. Yeah, there is little hope that that is not going to happen. So, okay. So I hope this was interesting, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, and we will continue tomorrow for more analysis, and we're going to see what happens in this market. Thanks a lot. Bye bye now.